Welcome to the 2024 Harrisburg University Annual Gala. Tonight is about celebrating success, honoring a community leader who has greatly aided the university in its formative years, and highlighting our continuing momentum as HU achieves new milestones with an international reach, a growing student body, ever-increasing academic programs, a beautiful new building, and great news from our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I'd like to take a quick moment to recognize a few important organizations that have gone above and beyond to ensure our time together tonight is celebratory, enjoyable, and informative. First, thank you to our program and award sponsor, Select Medical. Select Medical is a tremendous supporter of the HU Annual Gala. You should also know that the commitment Select Medical has made to the university extends far beyond this evening. Select Medical has walked in step with us since day one. Year after year, they continue to support our mission with their commitment of financial resources, time, and talent. We also extend our heartfelt appreciation to the sponsor of tonight's cocktail reception, Members First Federal Credit Union. Please know our appreciation for all you do for not just Harrisburg University, but for our entire community. After our dinner and program, we will enjoy a delicious dessert reception generously sponsored by UPMC. UPMC is a great friend and ally to HU, and together they are on a mission of building a better healthcare ecosystem in central Pennsylvania. In March, the Peyton Walker Foundation and UPMC Pinnacle donated life-saving AEDs to HU's new Health Sciences Tower. This evening, Peyton's mom and executive director of the foundation, Julie Walker, is joining us. Please join me in giving Julie a round of applause. It's noteworthy that Harrisburg University and the Walker family are connected in another way. Peyton's brother, Dom Walker, graduated from HU in 2021. Peyton's legacy stands tall in our community and now throughout Harrisburg University. We thank UPMC for their dedication and partnership in advancing the health sciences in our community. Harrisburg University continues to educate, challenge, and support its diverse and ever-growing community of academic learners with the goal of producing tomorrow's leaders. We would like you to hear about the exciting things HU is doing today and where HU plans to go in the future with our new academic tower, innovative educational offerings, and newly established programs. To get us started, I would like you to meet the president of Harrisburg University, our very visionary leader, Dr. Eric Dar.
This is great. 250, 300 of my closest friends. Welcome. Thanks very much for being here. We couldn't do this without you, and we have a very special program planned this evening, so stay tuned and pay attention. There'll be a test afterwards. So thank you, Dave. Thanks for one more time emceeing. We are humbled to have everybody here and honored with your support. We take that responsibility seriously, and we promise to be wise stewards of your time and your treasure. I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to share so many wonderful developments taking place here at Harrisburg University and throughout the Capital Region. We continue to provide unparalleled academic research and entrepreneurial experience. That entrepreneurial experience is a theme that you'll hear played through the evening tonight. We prepare students for the workforce to contribute at the moment they graduate, but then throughout their life. Be prepared for a career, not just for a job. And here are some examples of some of the things that currently are going on at Harrisburg University. Again, you'll hear more about this, but the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, CIE, which many of you may know it by, rather than its full name. This year we were thrilled to be able to dedicate a physical space. The idea of a business incubator, accelerator, has always been part of the three-legged stool that was Harrisburg University, going back to early conversations with the mayor. That's Steve Reed, but some of us just simply refer to him as the mayor. So, but this year was the first year that we were able to realize a physical space for that incubator. The CIE does many things, but it certainly addresses economic disparity and the lack of diversity in entrepreneurship. The CIE supports underrepresented founders, including women and minorities. Some of them are with us here tonight, by providing tailored resources, mentorship, and funding opportunities. The CIE is now incubating 19 companies, some of which are now receiving national and international attention. Time magazine, as an example, named one of our CIE companies, Naki, and their earbud development as one of the top innovations in 2023. Think about that. And I have said, as I have said to others, much like you'll hear people in hushed tones say, I remember when I met Bill Gates, or I remember when I met you fill in the blank. I think people will say, I remember when I met Dave, the founder of Naki, Dave Siegel, and in the same hushed tones. The technology that Naki is developing for empowering those with disabilities and empowering anybody really to interact with computers in a new and interesting and differentiated way will change the world we live in. So we're thrilled to have Dave and Naki part of the CIE. A very different set of activities is taking place in York, just down the road, where we are working with the community foundations in York to put in place probably the highest tech greenhouse on the planet. Maybe not the biggest, because it'll be a rather small and modest-sized greenhouse right in the center of the city of York. But one of the challenges with greenhouse operations is that you need a master grower, somebody that thinks like a tomato plant. And there are very few people out there in the world that think like tomato plants. It takes a long time, and I've actually met a few when I went to the Netherlands. But this is a greenhouse that takes the grower out of the equation, and it lets the tomato plant itself guide what happens in the greenhouse. Through sensors, through artificial intelligence and data mining, the plants tell the greenhouse, tell the HVAC systems, the pest management systems, the irrigation systems, what they need, when they need it, how they need it. So you let the plants actually automate and dictate what happens. Fascinating new technology. It'll change, again, the world that we live in with regard to food security, food safety, and providing fresh produce in our center cities. All of that, again, is in York, Pennsylvania. The last thing that I'd like to just touch on, and you heard a bit about this in our introduction, is deepening our relationship with UPMC. We thought many, many years ago about the relationship with UPMC and the importance of healthcare, and particularly UPMC to us here in the city of Harrisburg. We're thrilled to have the new leadership, Elizabeth Ritter and David Gibbons. I think they're here with us tonight, part of the current thinking and what we can do together. The nursing school that many of you have read about or are aware of that is operating in Strawberry Square, but also in our new building at 222 Chestnut Street, is now the largest nursing school in the UPMC system, and we're thrilled. Yes. I was at the first graduation back in December graduates passed their nursing licensure exam, and over 80% of those graduates are employed with UPMC. A phenomenal story about changing workforce needs and educating those that take care of us and our healthcare needs here in the Capital Region. It's phenomenal. Beyond the nursing program, we continue to work with docs and the leaders of UPMC and the vendors that work with the docs to develop the new technologies, the new sensors that will change the way cardiac care happens, or the way that pediatrics is taken care of in the world we live in today. And through artificial or AR and VR that we provide, data analytics, there will be simulation labs and training facilities on the latest technologies, again, right here in Harrisburg, that for many of these technologies, you have to currently, if you're a doctor in Central PA, fly to Florida or fly to Wisconsin to get the training. That's days out of an operating room. That's days away from patients. We're going to provide that right here in Harrisburg. So those are just some of the amazing things that are going on right here in our region for Harrisburg University with our faculty and with our students. Again, thank you for sharing in our success and for joining us in this monumental event tonight. We couldn't do this without any of you. Thanks very much.
To the early days of HU and building a university from nothing. Who does that? Dr. Dar. Never could we have imagined the exciting pathways the university would take and how it continues to develop to benefit our students, the business community, the region, and beyond. Thank you, Dr. Dar, for your leadership in making Harrisburg University a unique school that is focused on the future. If you think about it, our university is almost brand new. This has been an undertaking like no other, and everybody gathered here tonight should feel a well-deserved sense of pride for helping build this entity. And make no mistake, we are still building it. And HU is measuring the impact, too. HU regularly surveys alumni from Harrisburg University to see how their education has served them. We want to know how our distinctive take on STEM education is impacting their lives, their loved ones, and their community. We continually hear great things. Our graduates are finding excellent jobs here in central Pennsylvania and far beyond. These companies, be they small or large, regional or national, are finding HU students to be exemplars, innovators, and change makers. Harrisburg University is changing the future with exceptional graduates, innovative educational offerings, and initiatives that serve to build our regional economy. Speaking of changing the future, we would like to give you a brief look at our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and what they've been up to recently. You heard Eric give some brief comments about it. You probably know it as CIE, powered by Harrisburg University. HU launched CIE so our region would have an advocate for new business creation by working with aspiring new entrepreneurs, especially those from historically underserved communities. CIE is already nurturing world-changing ideas and has become a hotspot for innovation right here in downtown Harrisburg. CIE provides budding business pioneers professional development opportunities, mentorship from business veterans, and avenues to acquire startup capital. Your attention, please, to the video screen for more information on the great things happening at CIE.
CIE really looks at two pieces, innovation and entrepreneurship. Innovation both from corporate entities in this region, how do you take advantage of a new technology and create new solutions? And on the other side, the startups. What are the problems that needs to be solved and how are you solving it? And between the two is the university and the students that's connected. So now there's a whole lot of cross-functionality that's happening.
From the very start, we talked about a couple of key points. One, to supply a low-cost STEM education. Number two, a place where we could work with local employers to give them employees of the future
And probably one of the most important things we said was that we wanted to have an incubator to grow STEM ideas into businesses that would stay in central Pennsylvania. We've made tremendous inroads due to leadership at CIE into doing just that.
University-based centers of entrepreneurship can actually be all about producing real companies instead of academic exercise. The CIE allows startups to flourish. Pathway to funding, mentorship, really good counseling on the steps to success.
Just to have the idea is only part of the equation. You really need to know where the right funding sources are, where could there be customers that you could uncover, how do you kind of go from A to B in building a product market fit for your idea, how do you actually get the right resources to make the idea come to life, and how do you scale that? My husband and I are the co-founders of a youth fitness technology company that was ideated in a major tech market in New York City. We could have decided to stay in New York, but we saw an opportunity to really grow in a region that may not have had a lot of tech spotlight in the past, was looking to build one. And so for us, it was very attractive to have not only our customer base here, some of our first customers, but also have the resources and backing of the CIE.
The quality of startups that are coming into the CIE are getting better and better. You've got ideas that come to life, technologies, services that wouldn't have had a shot of succeeding. And because of this center, that's happening.
Somebody with an idea walking in, right the next day they have an office, they have employees, and they have a board. That's an immense value.
That's a big learning. You don't need to be in a big city, or the biggest of cities, I should say, in order to be successful at building a company at scale.
If you look at other areas of the country where centers for innovation and entrepreneurship have been implemented, you see those areas that are able to take the talent that's there and plug them directly into the workforce, and you see that area kind of explode over the course of a generation.
To create an economic impact, that region needs to have founders. The people that surrounded us very early, by supporting more founders in this region, they are creating more customers for them, more revenue for them. So if you look at it, that's what an ecosystem is all about. You know, it takes a village to create new founders and grow them.
We could use more supporters in the form of fellows. More of those will allow for more funding and more access to mentorship.
A lot of times when you're an entrepreneur, it's very lonely at the top. But with a program like this in the area, I think it lends encouragement to that thought process of you can do it. And there are people out there that are experts that have done it that will help you do it.
We have incubated 18 companies, and they have raised over 10 million in venture capital. So for a region that doesn't have that many venture capitalists, that's an incredibly huge number.
People will say, well, central Pennsylvania will never be a hub for technology. It's not going to compete with Austin. It's not going to compete with Silicon Valley. It's not going to compete with the DC area. I like to come back at them and say, we're not going to compete at that level maybe, but the success we're having at CIE says there's something here.
My pitch to anybody that's thinking about getting involved would be, you're going to be a part of something great. You're going to be a part of a network of outstanding individuals that have only success on their mind. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
"19 companies in incubation in 3 years. Some of them are making it and making it happen in a large way. I don't know about you, but for me, it's thrilling to watch the HU story continue to be written. The direct link between this university and the continuing economic development of the region is undeniable. I also want to highlight, there were some really good-looking guys in that video, weren't there? Ultimately, all our efforts come back to a single focus. It's our tradition at the annual gala to showcase the university's most important asset, our students. I regularly have the opportunity to interact with our young people. Needless to say, after talking to them, I walk away with an extremely positive impression after hearing their life stories, their optimism for their future, and their desire to excel. I am sure you will have the same sense after you meet 3 of our students this evening. Our first student speaker is Abdul Malik Hakim Oluwa. Malik is a member of the class of 2025 and is majoring in Information Science, Information Technologies, ISIT. Malik graduated from Harrisburg High School as a dual-enrolled student and has a truly inspirational story of why he continued his education at Harrisburg University. Please join me in welcoming Malik.
Hello, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful faces. Firstly, I would like to use the opportunity to say what an honor it is to be here today to share my story to the majority of the people that played a big role while I'm here today. My name is Abdulmalik Hakeem Olo, but most people know me as Malik. I was born in Atlanta, but spent most of my life in Nigeria, Pennsylvania, and a little bit in London. I came to Harrisburg University from Harrisburg High School John Harris campus, at which time I was taking dual enrollment college credits with Harrisburg University. After graduating from high school, my counselor advised me to complete my college career at Harrisburg University because it would be cost efficient and make it easier to acclimate to the U.S. college curriculum. This turned out to be really, really good advice. I'm currently studying information systems and technology with a focus in IT infrastructure and networking. I've had a passion for architecture since high school, but along the way, I became really intrigued by technology. I chose my major because it gave me the opportunity to make an impact using both areas of expertise. I have truly had fun exploring my major as I've delved into lots of school and personal projects, such as my project 2, which I made a local marketplace website. It's still in development stages, but my aim is that in the nearest future, the HU community can use it. This summer, I'll be expanding my potential by starting an internship with an IT consultation service company called SC&M Solutions here downtown. After graduation, I aim to work my way up the ladder to become a network architect. I tend to reach my best potential when I'm away from my comfort area or away from home. I believe my time here at HU gave me the confidence to use the city as a launchpad. During my moving day, I met a resident assistant named Juan Pablo, who helped me carry my whole life into the dorm room and answered all my anxious questions about being on campus. Since that day, I knew I would want to give the same feeling of joy and comfort Juan made me feel, and pass it on to other overwhelmed students on campus. As a result, I worked my way up to being a head student ambassador, a head resident assistant, the president of the Caribbean and African Students Association, and one of the IT student technicians for the university, with the best coworkers and managers I could have ever asked for. During my time at HU, I've been fortunate to meet many interesting professors, but the one who mostly greatly inspired me has to be Professor Scott Stuccio. He taught me that a smile is contagious, and that the great change we all yearn to see in the world starts with you. Scholarships played a pivotal role in my journey at HU by alleviating the financial burden of student loans and allowing me to honor my parents' sacrifices. By focusing on my education without the constant pressure of working to cover tuition, their unwavering dedication to my academic pursuits inspired me to prioritize my studies and contribute to the growth of the HU community. And HU scholarships granted me the opportunity to fulfill these aspirations while easing the financial strain on my family. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you to everybody out here tonight who's helped to make HU scholarship programs what they are. I hope my story provides you a bit of encouragement and inspiration to you all. Thank you very much.
Well done, Malik. Thank you. Malik's determination and drive will have an impact on many someday. Malik, you're a shining example of why we started this school. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to introduce Morgan Duffy. Morgan is from Fogelsville, Pennsylvania, and is graduating from Harrisburg University in 2024 with a bachelor's degree in biotechnology. Please join me in welcoming Morgan to the stage.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. As I stand before you, I am filled with an immense gratitude and a sense of accomplishment. It was here that my path intersected with this innovative institution we proudly call home. When I embarked on my college research, I struggled to find a university that had both state-of-the-art laboratory and yet still remained affordable. However, after my first visit at Harrisburg University, both of those were quickly dispelled. As a senior in the biotechnology program, I've delved deep into research on protein biomarkers and their application to be used as detection signals for coral bleaching. This represented a pioneering effort of coral research here at HU. I was also considered very fortunate to have witnessed subsequent students follow my path, and in hopes perpetuating the project's legacy through the future generations, through the future graduating classes. In the summer of 2023, I was able to land an internship at Eurofins in the Cell and Molecular Biology Method Development and Feasibility Department. Thank you. While at my project, I worked on a lot of my technical skills. My internship provided exposure to a wide, diverse range of techniques, enabling me to refine my existing skills. This was instrumental to creating the groundwork I needed to become a well-rounded researcher. I was actually just offered a full-time position as a Scientist 1 to continue. Thank you. Reflecting on my time here, I am struck by the profound transformation I have undergone. As a student ambassador and a resident assistant, I have gained invaluable experience in leadership, communication, and problem solving. These roles not only allowed me to engage in diverse communities of people, but taught me the importance of empathy and effective conflict resolution in fostering a supportive community. HU has not only shaped me academically, but has also nurtured my personal growth, instilling a new profound confidence and a refined set of soft skills. None of this would have been possible without the unwavering support of the scholarships I've received. They had not only relieved my financial burden, but fueled my aspirations to becoming a researcher. My immense gratitude cannot be expressed in words, but thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. We wish you all the best in your new career, and thank you for sharing your story. I don't know about you, but I am so hopeful for a bright future when I meet young people like Malik and Morgan. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's take a brief break from the program to begin dinner service. We will be back shortly with another student perspective and our honoree presentation. Until then, please enjoy your dinner and table conversation. Great to hear the energy in the room during dinner. Thank you again to Capital Blue Cross for sponsoring the dinner portion of our event. I know some haven't gotten dinner yet, but it's coming, I promise. To keep the energy flowing, I'm excited to introduce to you our next impressive student speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Maurice Lopez Solis, a senior majoring in biotechnology here at Harrisburg University.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys tonight. My name is Maurice Lopez Solis, and I'm a first-generation college student, soon to be a first-generation college graduate. I'm originally from Northern Virginia, and I come from an immigrant household in which my two younger sisters and I are the first US-born citizens. Growing up, I saw my parents work laborious jobs to make a living. Despite these challenging odds, my parents always helped me believe that I could one day work with my intelligence and not just my hands. I came to realize that education is the great equalizer, uninfluenced by race, culture, or economic background. In school, I became fascinated with biology and cultivated a profound appreciation for the scientific process. I knew that my next step was to seek higher level education and apply to undergraduate biology programs. I was the first in my immediate family to do so. To better understand the college application process, I attended a college fair. Of all the booths I attended that day, HU was the first school that offered real-world experience while guaranteeing scholarships for every student. At that moment, I knew I wanted to go to HU. I submitted an application within a week of the college fair. I went on to major in biotechnology at HU, and since then, I've experienced all of the opportunities promised to me at that college fair, from immersive research projects to presenting at my first scientific conference to traveling to Germany for an international student competition. Thank you. Thanks to these experiences, I have enriched my textbook knowledge and experienced diverse opportunities to build cross-discipline skills. After graduation, I plan on working full-time as a medical laboratory technician at UPMC. Thank you. One thing that sets HU apart is the faculty. I have met some of the most supportive, intelligent, and inspiring professionals I have ever encountered. They are fully dedicated to the success of their students. I would like to thank Dr. Bernardo Mesa, Dr. Rachel Fogel, and Dr. Catherine Santai. These professors have gone above and beyond to ensure my success as a student and a professional. I would like to express particular gratitude to Dr. Bernardo Mesa for taking me under his wing and allowing me to contribute to his research project. He provided me with the opportunity to apply my knowledge to a project with meaningful biological and ecological implications. I recall when I became aware of the substantial cost of higher education in comparison to my income, but I always held on to an underlying principle: never let money hold you back from pursuing education. The economic disadvantage I faced served as an additional driving force in my pursuit of higher education. I wanted to break the cycle of limited access to opportunities and resources experienced by my family and other Latino families. It is thanks to the scholarships provided by HU that I was able to realize my pursuit of higher education and have experiences I never could have pursued otherwise. I depart from HU with a robust laboratory skill set, unforgettable experiences facilitated by amazing faculty, and as a first-generation college graduate. Thank you. Thank you. And it's all thanks to these scholarships. It is my hope that these scholarships provide the same kind of memorable, successful undergraduate experience to the students who follow after me. Thank you for listening.
I just said to him, I said, I think you could take my job. That was really good. Thank you, Maurice. We are so grateful that you're willing to share your story like that. And we wish you great success as you're about to graduate from HU. The work being done at Harrisburg University is big, bold, and impactful. With your support, HU has cultivated an environment that inspires entrepreneurship, appreciative inquiry, innovation, and community building. HU didn't set out to be like anybody else. And as a result, our extended family of students, leaders, and alumni is like no other in the world. Through it all, HU has been fortunate to have visionary leadership from the Board of Trustees. Please join me in welcoming the current chairman of the board, Mark Single.
Well, thank you very much. Let me just say that after listening to these students, I can tell you, I am thrilled to be associated with this organization. This Harrisburg University has been a delight and a special place for me to work with people that I truly admire. So I thank you all for letting me share the stage with you. But I did want to thank Dave. He's been such a great supporter from the very beginning and a great MC. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Shankweiler. And let me just take a moment and say that these really are exceptional times for Harrisburg University. We continue to expand into new educational markets. We are continuing to give strong support for innovation and entrepreneurs in this particular community. Our new academic tower and the collaborations that it has enabled have been nothing short of spectacular, and we appreciate all of our partners in that regard. These are the commitments that HU has made to this community. But here's the thing, we couldn't do any of this without your support. And this annual gala is a reminder that it takes all of us to bring this level of excellence to this academic institution. So thank you all very, very much. Everybody in this room deserves a round of applause, so thank yourselves. And we certainly couldn't do it without the remarkable faculty, staff, students who live and breathe the HU mission every single day. Would you please, the faculty, corporate faculty, the staff, students, please stand so that we can recognize you. We measure the advancement of this university in new buildings. You've heard about the CIE, you've heard about various innovative programs, advanced technologies. But we're here today to celebrate something beyond academia and industry. There's something else in the air tonight, isn't it? There's something of an energy that you don't get at other places and other events like this. It's intangible. There's a change-making attitude about HU that is infectious, and a sense of momentum that we all have here tonight. Am I right about that? Do you think the best is yet to come? Each of us here today is a trailblazer in one way or the other, and I thank you all for that. Everybody in this room who sponsors this event, who sponsors our scholarships and hosts the interns, you're all a part of the mission, and we are delighted that you are on this continuing journey with us. Of course, some contributions stand out. The Impact Award at this event honors those in our community who have made invaluable contributions to the establishment of HU as a regional and national resource. This is the highest award given at Harrisburg University and is a symbol of the recipient's deep commitment to HU and the community we serve. Tonight, we are honoring a fierce advocate for the betterment of Harrisburg and Pennsylvania, a steadfast ally of Harrisburg University. We are very proud to recognize Diane Tokarsky, ladies and gentlemen, our 2024 Impact Award honoree, Diane, we honor you for your gifts of time and expertise. You exemplify the generosity and compassion that make our community stronger and better. Your example perfectly matches the university's intention to lead the resurgence of Harrisburg as a place of education and technological excellence and inclusion. I ask everyone to please direct your attention to the screen.
I don't think that Harrisburg University would be what we are today, what we've grown into throughout the years without the help of Diane and her great guidance.
Passionate, exceptionally capable, a leader in her field. She represents her clients with zeal, has a personal relationship with them. It's not just, serving the client in the moment. She has relationships with them that go well beyond the engagement in the project.
So Diane is a very unique individual, and a lot of people think of her as this powerful corporate attorney. I think of her as a friend. I can't imagine doing this journey through HU without her, because whether it's morning, night, evening, anytime, any day of the week, you call Diane, she picks up.
I met her at the law firm. She started a year after I did. We knew each other for several years and started dating, and well, we've been married for 35 years. She's never met a problem she can't resolve either by logic or force of nature, one way or the other. And that has benefited the family, that's benefited her clients, it's benefited the organizations throughout the community she's been involved in over the years.
She brings to the table respect, integrity. She's obviously a great donor. Her and Steve have given cash donations, but I think more important is her intellectual knowledge and her ability to calm the storms. I remember one time we were sitting in a boardroom full of just angry people, and everyone was talking over each other, and Diane walked in and hush. And it was just amazing to watch her, the way she carries herself, the way she presents herself, the way that people just respect her. She's like E.F. Hutton. When Diane speaks, people listen.
She was a trusted counselor in terms of her service to the organization. She was instrumental in this building being built. So it's not just the expertise that she's had in her field in supporting the university, but it's been her being able to give good counsel to the leadership team here over many years.
Diane has always thought about the business of the university, right? And the business of the university is educating students and changing people's lives through education. She's always taken that perspective, meaning we're not a bank, we're not a grocery store, we're not some other, type of business. We're here to educate and change people's lives, and it's a passion, and it's and she's taken up that passion, and I think that's been for the better.
I love Harrisburg University, and it has been a privilege for me and McNeese to represent the university through these many years. We started out at its inception and watched it grow from a fledgling institution to now a global one that is dedicated to making the lives better of its students and community. And Harrisburg is very lucky to have it. I have been truly blessed to work with great clients. And Harrisburg University's up there as number one. And they're not just your clients. Like, you develop a relationship with them and they become your friends. And so you are very passionate about their success. And so I've been blessed that they've taken the time to teach me things and to allow me to help them. I will always be involved with Harrisburg University, one way or another. I'm semi-retired. My husband will tell you I'm a failure at it. There are some clients that, they're just so important to me, and I'll stay with them and help them any way I can. And Harrisburg University is one of those. I think the key for the students is to follow their passion. And I just know that I am incredibly thankful and privileged for Harrisburg University to allow me to take this journey with them. It's been wonderful, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Diane Tokarsky, we are thrilled that you are here with us this evening with your whole family and with your legion of friends and supporters. Please join me on stage. President Dar, would you join me?
I mean it. I love Harrisburg University. You guys are the best. Thank you to the board and the administration for this honor. Like, it was completely unexpected. Ryan will tell you, I cried when he called me. And it is much, much appreciated. Trust me, There are so many other people in this room that are truly deserving of this honor, because you people were instrumental in establishing and nurturing Harrisburg University. It has been an honor and a pleasure. I've worked closely with the board. The board changed through the years. Everybody gave their time and talent. The management, the faculty that I've had the pleasure of engaging with, they're all joined in this common mission to ensure the success of not just the university, but the students. And really, shout out to those students. Like, really, come on. Really, shout out to the students. I mean, students, I want you to know that everybody in this room is committed and behind you, and we're here to support you and to make sure that you're successful in your future endeavors. And I am excited to see what you're going to do, not just for the Harrisburg community, but for the world. Like, come on, students. Yes, go students. And, you know, on a particular note, I have to say a special thank you to Eric and Dwayne. Like, I can't tell you, like, the commitment those two have. They've been instrumental in guiding HU's growth, and they have worked through the growing pains, both good and bad. And those guys have an just unsurpassed dedication to this university and making it work. And I got to tell you, I am blessed to count you two as my friends. Thank you. Like, really, guys, love you. Thank you. Like, thank you. I got to thank, I have my family. It's like a big treat. Hope all of you got to meet them tonight. Like, thank you, Stephen, his unwavering support. My children are here tonight. Like, thank you. You've always loved me, supported me, dealt with the madness of your mother. Thank you. And my McNeese family, I got to tell you, I got a McNeese family too. You know, 39 years, I love those people. Shout out, you've always been there and supported not just me, but Harrisburg University. Thank you. Like, I genuinely appreciate all of you here in this room tonight, and the fact that you came and you're supporting this university. Thank you to the generous sponsors. I appreciate that. But I sincerely hope that you always, always continue to support the university, because it is awesome. Like, it is here, it is building for the future. We can't ask for more in our community. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Diane, congratulations to you, and please know my personal appreciation for all you have done for the university. Those of us who've worked beside you, you know how deserving you are of this award. You've been here since the beginning of the mission, and you are part of the very DNA of this institution. And I will tell you, in the early days on the board, I think the one phrase that we used the most, I don't know, call Diane. So thank you. Building a celebrated career as an attorney, raising a family, and helping to build a world-class university from nothing speaks volumes about you. Your character, your work ethic, and your unselfish nature. Thank you for your belief in HU. I know there were times that were rough, and we got through it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Your leadership is an example for all of us. This has been a wonderful evening. We've heard from 3 exceptional students. Dr. Dar gave us a glimpse into the future plans, and we celebrated our honoree, Diane Tokarsky. Final item, you know I do this every time I'm up here at the podium for the gala. We are an educational institution, so you have homework. 2 parts. First assignment is this: ask yourself, how will you stay connected to HU? Everything we do causes an effect. What will your effect be on Harrisburg University? Will you host an intern? Will you become a supporter of CIE? Will you join Don and I as annual fund donors? Will you or your company start a scholarship to support impressive young people like our students, Malik, Morgan, and Maurice? In your program, there's a QR code. Please consider joining me and others in this room by contributing to our Emerging Scholars Fund. Operators are standing by. Use that QR code. Help us help more students like the three you heard from tonight. They told you the value of scholarships. Those scholarships come from individuals like all of us in this community. If you'd like more information on programs at HU, and I'll tell you quickly, I meet a lot of students. I say to them, what are you studying? They tell me what they're studying, and I go, I have no idea what they're studying. It's some really awesome things that happen at Harrisburg University. If you want more information, there are a number. You saw the faculty stand up. You know our staff. Ask them how you can help. This is your opportunity to pay it forward to future generations. Second assignment, we need you to be an educator. Educate your friends, your business associates, and others about Harrisburg University. More people in our region need to know the HU story. I'm still amazed at people who live in this region. I'll say, hey, have you heard about Harrisburg University? No, what is that? We've got 6,000 students at Harrisburg University. How could you not hear about Harrisburg University? It's an amazing story. HU is transforming our city and our region. Please share our story. Harrisburg University is making a difference. Last item, our appreciation to our sponsors, Select Medical, Capital Blue Cross, and Members First Credit Union, and UPMC. A very big thank you to all of you for attending and for your generosity in making this a successful event. One other thing, it takes a great effort to pull off the event. Thank you to the Hilton, Clock Entertainment, and if you notice the HU logos along the walls, those were actually made by our advanced manufacturing department. How about that? Those are custom 3D printed. I have no idea how that works, but that amazes me, thinking that was made by a 3D printer. And finally, would members of the advancement team who imagined, planned, and executed this wonderful gala please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting HU. Have a good night.